is my mic. And down, moving up and down, moving. Okay. Are we streaming? Okay. Very bright in here, literally. I have to be up there now. But yeah. Good morning and welcome to Cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. It's a beautiful day outside. The sky is blue, the sun is shining. It is a bit cold, so don't go outside without your coat on, all right? So thank you very much. And today we have a wonderful show prepared for you with an amazing guest. And she's going to be talking to us about the law of attraction, and that's Danielle La Verite. I will introduce you to her later. But before we start, I bring you words of power, words of wisdom, raw words, big words, small words, sad words. Words of passion, words of praise. I raise my arms in reverence to the ancient word of days. Words of woman, man and child. Wild words. Words of anger. Words of pain. Words of wind, earth, sun and rain. Words of joy and words of healing, words revealing concealed feelings. These words I offer up to you and you and you and you and you and all of you out there in Inclusive FM land. Thank you for joining me this morning from Edmonton to Enfield to London to England to all across the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're in for a great time this morning. I want to give some thank yous and shout outs to all the wonderful people that are following, all the Facebook followers. Oh, I know you're there this morning, so thank you very much for tuning in. A special thank you to my lovely family who are so supportive. Rowena, you out there? I think you're working this morning, aren't you? But whoever's out there listening from the family, like, big up to you all. And I'd like to remember Henk, who's in Holland. Henk, I know you're not listening to the show right now, but you're going to watch it in archive. So toy, yeah, which is kind of break a leg, which I don't say. I say break those boundaries. Toy, Henk. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, all the other people that are working in the station, all the other presenters and the management of the station, thank you very much for making this all possible. And the House of Amal, you're going to be hearing more things from them. And the other radio stations that are out there doing just amazing things. And not forgetting Joseph Hines, if you're out there listening, yeah, if you tuned in and turned on, hi. Just want to say welcome to Cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. All right, I can hear the phone going. We might have a caller this morning, who knows? Not really celebrating Valentine as such, but we know that we're in the month of February, and we know that all the shops are red and that love is supposedly abounding. All right, so I'm going to kind of pay it lip service. That sounds really bad, doesn't it, actually? Didn't mean that. Okay, well, I'm gonna read you a poem, yeah, and it's called The Invitation. Hopefully it'll kind of set the scene for the show today, yeah? Okay. The Invitation. Touch me. Touch my plump, sweet Nubian skin. Touch me. Touch my smile seasoned with tears. Touch my realms of rainbowed years. Touch me. Touch my veiled obscurity. Touch my retreating poverty. Touch me slowly touch me hot. Touch me, touch me, touch me. Touch me with no trace of guile. Touch my hidden memory file. Touch my failure. Touch my fame. Touch the curtains of my shame. Touch me. Touch my north to way down south. Touch the corners of my mouth. Touch my lashes. Touch my lips. Touch my throbbing fingertips. Touch the rhythms of my joy. Touch me. Touch me with the Negril sun. Touch me when my aura's strong. Touch me tender. Touch me blue. True. Touch me with your lilac blues. Touch my future, present, past. Touch me till I'm free at last. Touch me. Touch me. Touch me. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a good job that you're over there and I'm over here, isn't it? Because you can't really touch me, not at the minute. But that's the poem, and I hope you enjoyed it, okay? Kind of like a kind of Valentine-y kind of thing. Okay, we're going to have... in fact, you know what? My guest is standing over in the corner, and I would like her to sit down beside me, and you're going to be seeing her for the rest of the show, okay? So before I do anything else, including fixing this bit of hair... that keeps falling out. I'm going to ask Danielle Lamverite to come and join me. Yeah, put your hands together for Danielle. Woohoo! Hi, Danielle. Lovely to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Wonderful. Thank you for coming. I'm going to put some music on while you kind of compose yourself, but you're composed anyway. And that's just Shirley doing radio speak. Don't worry about it. We're going to ask for the first track, Richard, which is from Old Soul, and it's just something just to set the scene for the day. Old Soul track 14. That's what he was waiting for. Track 14. I didn't actually write down the name of that one, but it's so lovely. We don't need the name of it. Enjoy, Danielle. You said you like soul. Woo! It's a bit dark.
Baby, let me taste your kiss. What in the world we're gonna do with a night like this?
I'm gonna need to know what this is.
With all of those stars and that moon above. Well, it's plain to see a night like this was just made for love. You said that you love me and you wanna be my man. I want to take my time and just love you with a slow hand. We're in the right place. Ooh, and it's the right time. With the right someone and the right thing on our minds. We're in the right place. Ooh, it's the right time. With the right someone and the right thing on our minds. Honey, when I spread my wings to fly, let your body melt as you come into my body. While my passion controls the flame, we're gonna float on an ocean of love, calling each other's name. You said that you love me.
Yes, you do.
And you want me to be your girl.
So good to be loved.
Well, I'm gonna give you the best loving in the whole wide world. We're in the right place. Oh, it's the right time. With the right someone. And the right thing on our minds. We're in the right place.
Breaking news coming into the studio. Richard, have you got that breaking news that's coming into the studio? Sorry to interrupt the show, but I need to read you this breaking news that's coming in. Sorry, we need to stop the track. I can't have this playing underneath. We can play that other music. Cruising with Cuban Red wants to bring you some news that is actually breaking, which broke earlier in the week, actually. And that's about one Sarah Reid. Sarah Reid passed away on Monday. Passed away on Monday. She was a black woman victim of vicious police assault, found dead in her cell. The reason why we have the news, breaking news at this time, is because Lee Jasper actually managed to get the news out. A black woman and mother who was subject to police brutality and whose assault was caught on camera that eventually led to the dismissal of Metropolitan Police Constable James Kiddy, has been found dead in her cell at Holloway Prison, London. I'm sure that you've seen and heard the news about this, and there is news all over YouTube and the internet, and I'm not going to read any more of that, but just to say, I went to the vigil on Monday. There was a lot of people gathered there. People are very, very frustrated and very angry. Sarah Reid, I say your name. Black Lives Matter. Sarah Reid, say your name. Black Lives Matter. Sarah Reid, say her name. Black Lives Matter. And that's not the only breaking news that's come into the studio at this time. I'm really, really sorry to tell you that the poet, the Iranian poet and activist Hashim Shabani has been executed. We were saddened and horrified to learn of the death of Hashim Shabani, who was executed on January the 27th by the order of Iranian President Hassan Rouhani. To those who knew him, Hashim Shabani was a man of peace and understanding, struggling to extend spaces of individual freedom within the despotic communist system. Not forgetting Ashraf Fayyad. There are two poems that have come in with this bulletin, and I'd like to read them for you at this time, after which we are going to return to the show. But if you could bear with me, because I believe that this news needs to be out there. The first poem is for Ashraf. And it's by bear with me 1 second. Yes, please. That'd be lovely. The picture up. That's not Ashraf. Oh yeah, that's Ashraf. Oh, well done. Well done, Richard. What the bloody hell have I done? Oh, they're not there. That's why. For Ashraf Fayyad, that's actually the picture for Hashim. Yeah, so I'll read that poem first, which is by Reuben Woolley. Yeah. We survive in long occlusion. Is no air here, no fresh way of saying they made a god in someone's image. They moved the strings, a rope too tight, a noose to silence these pages, close the cut, Head does not speak, they think. Listen, hear the verses, sing triumphant. And we'll keep the picture up, even though I'm going to read for Ashraf at this time. That was for Hashim Shabani, and that's Hashim Shabani's picture that you can see on the screen. I'm now going to read a poem. Thank you very much for that poem, Reuben. Appreciate you saying that I could use it. I'm going to read a piece by Debiasi Mukhopadhyay for Ashraf Fayyad. The olive trees can't hold my desires. They fume, a bloom. I pile words. How commonplace is love? Swaths of memory sundown in the centre of the tree, knowing knowledge before it is made potent. I thought verb is everything. The sky shakes the tree to face the fruit. The twigs would need now no prayer. I arrived at peacock spot. Is it forever too late? The knowledge is made potent. I would still want the olives to turn black, but still firm. I would still not revise the words not beneath my heels. I want to write my eyes on their skin and breathe the light that sinks in desire. They come looking for me. They say, you thought verb is everything. And I nod, wondering what keeps my head in place. For Ashraf Fayyad, for Hashim Shabani, and for Sarah Reed. We can just turn the music up a little bit, please, Richard. Just a moment of silence for them. Thank you very much. We're going to cut back to the music that was playing before the breaking news. Thank you very much out there for hearing. Please pass the news on of Sarah Reed, Hashim Shabani and Ashraf Fayyad. Thank you very much. I think that music was... What was that? Oh.
With all of those stars and that moon above. Well, it's plain to see a night like this was just made for love.
We need love in all its forms.
You said that you love me and you want to be my man. I want to take my time and just love you with a slow hand. We're in the right place. And it's the right time with the right someone and the right thing on our minds. We're in the right place.
You are cruising.
It's the right time
with Human Red
with the right someone
on inclusivefm.co.uk. And as we fade the music slightly, not too low, I'd really like to introduce you to my guest who sat here and waited so patiently all the way through the bulletin. And she's come from, well, she'll tell you herself where she's come from today.
Wow.
So, turn that down just slightly. Yeah, not too much. You want to hear it? I would like to introduce you to Danielle La Verite. Put your hands together. Yeah, woo. She said hi. Have you got your mug of tea? Did you get a mug of tea?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
I think I'll cope.
This was the only thing she requested, a mug of tea, and she hasn't got it. Oh no! Oh, thank you for coming on the show.
It's my absolute pleasure.
Excellent. Okay, so what do you do, Danielle?
Well, I do various stuff, but I guess really the main thing would be universal law, metaphysics, the study of basically the energy of the universe.
Universal law, metaphysics, and basically the study of the universe. Okay, we're in good company today. Fabulous. I'm really looking forward to this. So what was your journey to get to that place of those amazing things?
I started off as an activist. My initial starting point was activism, because the system around us is so heavily flawed, and as you become to understand that it's an intentional thing, you sit there and think, oh my God, everything's been a lie. I'm not putting up with this. So I started to become quite vocal on social media, led to YouTube. That went crazy. And then it led to speaking, touring.
Okay, is that what you do now?
Yeah, but I've been so fortunate in the sense that I've picked up a lot of people along the way that are interested in what I'm saying. So when I change direction and add things and say, look,
they kind of swerve with you.
They're happy to just at least listen,
yes.
which is fantastic.
Yes, at least listen. That's good.
Yeah.
They don't need to swerve. They can just listen.
They can just listen.
Excellent.
They do tell me if they don't like it.
Okay, that's fair enough, isn't it?
Absolutely.
A bit of honesty doesn't go awry. It really doesn't. So that sounds like a whole heap of stuff. Do you have a family? Do you have any children?
I've got 2 children, yeah.
Okay.
I've got a teenage daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And a son who's a bit younger.
Okay, fab.
So, yeah, they keep me very busy, but they're great.
They're great.
Yeah, I can fit it all in.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, and, well, I think really it's just to ask you what kind of things that you are going to be doing in the future, but maybe we'll save that one till the end.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the law of attraction, as you said. Would you like to just say a little bit about that while I line up the next record?
Okay, well, the law of attraction is basically the metaphysic nature of the universe. It's the quantum reality field around us, and the idea that the energy of the universe is within all of us. So the universe is infinite, and it can create infinitely.
Yes.
And as droplets of the universe that are within inside of us, whether people call it their soul, their source, or whatever, we have this energy within us, which therefore means that we are
the universe,
able to create infinitely. So we can create our own lives around us by using different practices: meditation, affirmations, visualizations, constant positive reinforcement, basically retraining your brain from a negative standpoint to a positive standpoint. And very, very quickly, as you raise that vibration, you begin to align with things that are vibrating at the same level, because that's all we are. It's just an enormous vibration. We just see ourselves as very physical.
I am an enormous vibration. Vibrator even.
Yeah.
We're going to get into trouble now, Danielle.
We could. That is basically what you are. That is what you are. You're vibrating.
Like a tuning fork. Well.
It is like a radio wave.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like a radio wave.
And because we see ourselves as so physically focused, if we couldn't see our bodies, all we would see is those waves and those vibrations.
Wow.
And it really is about aligning with the kind of vibration that you want. Everything on the planet, whether it be love, money, anything else, is all trying to magnetise itself to you. And whatever we don't have in life is because we're resistant to it, and we're actually blocking from drawing to us.
I am loving what you're saying. Richard, we're going to have track number 14 from the Tamla. That's the black box. Track number 14 from CD 1. Yeah? Track number... No, it's not even track 14. It's track 1, CD 1, Richard. It's track 1. That is really interesting, and it really resonates with me. I've been doing last September. I did a course with you might have heard of her. I don't know, Shola Caroline Arua. She does a course called Energy for Life,
Oh, how fantastic.
Fabuloso. Oh my goodness. Was away there for a week last August, 10 days actually. Intense training.
Yes.
And I thought that was it. I thought that when I finished the 10 days, I could go be a life coach and I knew everything. I've got so much coursework to do and I've got to see clients and all that. But Shola, if you ever see this, thank you so much. You are my mentor and I truly appreciate the program. And actually, what's wonderful about it is knowing that it's really not just you, which you would be the first one to say. There are people everywhere that is aware of this burgeoning of this new wave, this electromagnetic move, this cosmic quantum leap that is happening at this moment.
It's coming from the age of Aquarius. We're going into the feminine. We're leaving the masculine and going into the feminine energies. And this is where this enormous surge in wonderful, vibrant energy is going to come from. And it's going to allow for an enormous shift across the planet for...
I'm getting goose pimples. I'm going to start rising off the chair in a minute. You know this, don't you? That's a joke, but I am getting goose pimples. It's good to hear knowledge. It's good to be in the same space as hearing different things so that you can grow if you want to.
It's all about growth.
There's nobody... I mean, not everybody wants to grow.
No, absolutely not. And, you studying something and practicing something like this and you see the incredible changes it makes in your life and you can affect the energy field of those around you.
Yes.
When you tell somebody about this and they just go, no, not my thing, lead roll rubbish. And you just think, I wish you could have experienced what I have over the last year.
Yes.
And your life would be spectacular. Because that's what it creates, is spectacular. It doesn't just change things.
Oh, no, wait, write that down. It creates spectacular. Seriously, I like that.
It really does. It's the changes aren't just, I got away with that. What the universe brings, it brings in the most intense, incredible, life-changing ways. And you have to stay in alignment with that itself in order for you to be able to cope with the enormous change that's coming. Because we're not so great at change.
Yes.
Because we're so physically focused.
And change is the one thing that is inevitable, really, isn't it?
Well,
apart from death,
nothing stays
maybe.
The same.
But, nothing stays the same. When Richard's looking at me. He's waiting to put a tune on. And the tune I'm going to put on is a tune that Danielle requested when we first spoke. So she probably knows what it is, but I'm going to let it just start pumping through the airways and you'll get it straight away. Go on, Richard, let's have that tune. Woo! Woo! With a Motown.
I bet you wonder how I do. I'll try plans to make me blue with some other guys you knew before. Some other guys you know I love you more.
Turn it down just a little bit for me. Just a little bit, Richard. Just a little bit, teeny bit. This song. When I was at junior school, my friend and I made just secondary, which was even sillier. My friend and I made up moves to this song.
It's never silly when you're
And it was sports moves.
Okay.
So we had the javelin, and we had the discus, and we had the running. It was really good. Turn it up, Richard. Turn it up. Turn it up. Woo! So you can expand a little bit more now, yeah? So you can expand a little bit more about the attraction. Okay, cool. I'll come straight back to you. Longer would you be mine? Oh, I thought so, don't sing. I can rhyme, but look. Baby, Come on, sing along, Danny.
Bit of miming is probably best for me.
2 mimers in the studio.
True, please tell me, dear, do you think?
Oh no, what happens to love?
Don't you know I heard it through the grapevine? And my soul, won't you be mine? Baby, I heard it through the grapevine.
You can fade it for me, Richard. Fade it down. Thank you so much. And Danielle has so much to say, and I want to hear. And I think this is like the really good bit, coming up. Yeah. So I'm just going to hand over to Danielle and say, "Do your thing, my sister."
Okay. So the first questions I get asked from people mostly is, you can attract anything into your life using metaphysics and universal law. Surprisingly enough, the first thing people ask for is love. They're not so much interested in money, because you can draw enormous amounts of wealth into your space, but most people fundamentally want
looking for love.
And the reason being is because the core of our existence, the core of the universe, is based on love. And when you practice universal law and metaphysics, you understand that gratitude plays a very important role in your everyday life, and every minute of your everyday life. Yes. Whatever it is you're doing, you can find something to say thank you for.
Absolutely.
You gift people. Basically, you share love with everybody you interact with. And the universe seems to run, like a car runs on petrol, the universe runs on love and feeling and emotion.
Like that, the universe runs on love. Remember that?
It's like this huge Wi-Fi system that you can connect to. And if you get your body into the right frame, in the sense that if you practice,
eat right and sleep
you
properly.
Don't always, the eating right thing for some people is very important. I've found that in a no limits universe, because this is where people slip up a little bit.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. See, this is something that people do kind of struggle with. They say, well, I need a good diet to be able to clear my body of resistance and da-da-da. Same with clearing my house. Yes, you can. But to me, in a no-limits universe, you can still create anything you want, regardless of how good or bad your diet is.
But is that fair then? Isn't that like, I can do just what I like and then I can get what I want? Isn't that?
Well, no, because you have to, your life becomes a practice of gifting. It becomes a practice of serving the universe, in a sense. Okay. Not in a cult kind of, that sounded a bit culty. It's not
really. I totally hear what you're saying.
In the sense that everyone, everything, every living creature is completely connected to one another. We all have this source energy within us, and that makes us all connected, because we come from exactly the same thing. Wherever we're from across the world makes no odds. Yeah. So we potentially can attract ourselves to any single person on the planet. It makes no odds who they are physically. We can do it. So when you begin to practice, you start off with a practice of gratitude. That's the most important thing. And it's shifting your vibration. Mm-hmm. The higher you raise your levels of feeling good, the vibration around you will expand, and you can then tap into any expansive vibration there is. Wow. Yeah. And I've been practicing this for a long time now.
Okay, long time?
Yeah. When? I started studying maybe a year and a half ago. So the actual practice of it in my own personal life has been about a year. And the changes that have occurred in my life just in a year are immense.
Can I ask you, do you feel that although it's only been a year that you've been practicing and since you met the understanding that you have now, maybe, do you feel that all your life, the things that have happened beforehand, are they important? Do they make a difference to what you're learning now, or do you just discard all of that and deal with?
No, they're integral to all of that, because you find as you begin to practice this and you begin to understand how the universe works, you can look back at your whole life and track it and understand why certain situations, circumstances and events occurred within your existence. And ultimately what people do struggle with is finding out that it all comes from us. Now, I'm not saying that, like, say you had a car accident, you haven't attracted the car accident itself.
Yes, because this is where it gets a bit leery, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If it was like that, then why there's this in the world, and why is there that?
And that's the main thing. People say, well, why?
Are you telling me that my child died because kind
Basically,
of thing?
all you're attracting is a vibration, and that vibration will bring a set of circumstances that are low level, which obviously are the things that cause us distress and pain in our lives. And again, at the opposite end of the scale, when you vibrate on a very high level and you feel completely connected to that source that's within you, and you have absolute faith in the universe because you know that you're asking it for particular things, and if you're practicing your gifting, if you're staying relaxed, if you are basically emitting love, all you're going to get back is exactly the same as you put out. Your life becomes a mirror. The people you meet, the people you interact with, become your mirror.
Sense. Yeah. It makes sense. It really does. I'm going to put a track on, Richard. It's from the same Old Soul, and it's the track 16, I think. The last track. It is the Old Soul packet, and it's just something that Danielle has said to me, and I've probably thrown away the bit of paper what I need. It's just something that Danielle has said to me, and it's Stepping Stone. The track is called Stepping Stone, and it's second to last track, so I think it's 16. It's the second to last track. And in it, the woman that's singing, it's a lovely track, and she's saying, why has it taken me so long to realise that the things that are hindering me are me, or the things that have happened in my life have all been in a part? Yes. Brilliant track. If we there?
It's 19 tracks.
On the Old Soul?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's 18 then. Must be track 18. It's not ringing a bell in my head though. Hello, you are cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're listening to Danielle La Verite, and you're about to hear a wonderful track. No. This is a wonderful track too. Is that the second to last track? Maybe it's the last. It's the last track. Woohoo! It is the last track, yes. I don't know the name of this artist, but it's called Stepping Stone. And it's about, why has it taken so long to get it? Yeah. Have a listen.
The journey of 1,000 miles began with one step. Hold my hand as I pass this way, and though I'm not here to stay, but took me so long, I just realized my stumbling blocks were stepping stones. But took me so long to realize that my stumbling blocks were stepping stones. Those cotton fields I know, now they're in my mind. Still I picked up every day in the way. So I know that I'm late in coming just this far. Oh, but when your spirits tell you who you are,
Don't leave it too late. Follow your star.
But took me so long, I just realized my stumbling blocks were my stepping stones. But took me so
Gently fade it for me. Slowly fade.
to realize that my stumbling blocks were
So many people ask themselves this. Why didn't I know earlier? Why didn't I join that before? How come I'm so old? It doesn't really matter. In fact, I'm not going to be doing the talking, Danielle is. But before she does, I'd just like to read an advert for you. One of my sisters from Facebook asked me to do an advert for her, which I'm going to do, okay? And then you'll be hearing some more from Danielle afterwards, okay? So, this is an advert for Born in Babylon, Raised by Jah. My Journey as a Rastafarian by Lou de Turville. And this is a new documentary about the learning, teaching, inspiring, liberty and changes in Rastafari in today's Babylon. Guiding today's Rastafari. Filming will begin end of May 2016 in UK, France and Germany. Then Jamaica in November, December 2016. So if you're listening in any of those countries, UK, France, Germany, Jamaica, I know people listening in Jamaica. So take this advert up. You know, if you wish to participate, then you can forward your details to Lou via, and I'm going to give you the email, okay? It's info.earthstronglimited, all one word, @gmail.com. I'll give you that again. info.earthstronglimited @gmail.com. Or you can call, and I'm going to give you the number, 07518 198 462. 07518 198 462. And Lou de Turville runs a platform for artists, designers and young people that promotes and raises awareness of their talent. And it's also a new and aspiring media production company. So if you want to be involved in a film about Rastafari and making it, if you've got anything to say, give her a call. I will read this again. But there you go. You have an opportunity. Take it up if you can, okay? Wherever you are, especially UK, France, Germany and Jamaica, yeah? Alrighty, I think we're going to go back to Danielle, yeah, because I want to hear some more. Would you like to hear some more? I would like to hear some more. This is fascinating stuff, and it's not that I haven't heard this, and it's not that I don't know some of it, but it's quite amazing to have somebody sitting in the studio beside me. He's been practicing it, not just talking about it, you know, but actually practicing it in her life as well. So Danielle, back over to you.
Well, you know, I didn't want to be preachy about it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that when I decided to go into this research, and I went at this from a scientific point of view, because I didn't want to upset people from different religions or other ways of doing things. So you have to be quite careful when you take these things on, you know. And the most fascinating side of it is the love side of it, and it's about people. We are very good at thinking about what we don't have in life, and that's not in a sense that people moan about what they don't have.
Mm-hmm.
We're just very much more focused on lack as opposed to what we have. And the practice of gratitude turns that on its head really very quickly, and you can find yourself becoming grateful for the time. What we see is the tiniest things. I mean, how many people say thank you after brushing their teeth? I do.
It's true. Sorry, I have to say, my big wonderful cushion that I sit on to meditate, when I picked it up this morning, I said, oh, thank you so much. And I felt like, oh, Shirley, come on. But I just felt right, that.
Because basically what that cushion is, what everything is around you, is a vibration,
yes.
And vibrations operate through love.
Yes.
So if you love that cushion will last you forever. It will be with you forever. Because what actually happens is, and it's all to do with quantum reality, because time is a man-made structure. It's not real, and you find that when you're having fun, time flies by and you're like, I can't believe it's that late. And when you're having an awful day, it just drags and drags. It is all relative. And what happens when you fall in love, time seems to just fly by, doesn't it? You have a few hours with that person and it's gone so quickly, because we're not so physically focused. When we're living from our soul, when you're in love and you're spending time with the person you're in love with, you're living from your soul, and your soul doesn't understand physical time. doesn't understand our physicalness. All it knows is what it's capable of, and that is with connecting with anybody, anywhere. You could be thousands of miles away and still have a connection with somebody.
Yeah.
And your souls can be completely in love.
Yeah, it's really quite freaky, that, isn't it?
It is, because we're so physically focused. People are like, what? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it does happen. I've watched it happen.
I think a lot of like Facebook things, people connect
Yes.
so much on Facebook. They haven't seen each other.
Yep.
And even if you look on a picture on Facebook, you can't really get a kind of fullish view. If
No, you
it's
can't.
not, unless it's a totally, you know. And it's like, it's obviously something that is moving across skin or from eyes or from...
It's coming from here.
Because,
It's
how would
your
that
pure,
then work
your
otherwise?
pure energy
Yeah.
field. It comes from the pure energy field. And if you took away our bodies, we would fit into... Everything on the planet would fit into... in the universe would fit into the size of an apple. Would fit into the size of an apple. This is how closely connected we all are. So our source, even though it's in different bodies, we've all got different bodies, and it's all come down from the same thing. So effectively, we are all exactly the same inside. Our energy is exactly the same. Yours and mine, everybody's in the whole world.
Do you know what?
So you can connect with somebody that you've never even met. And you see these people who fall wildly in love, who are on different continents.
Yes.
It's incredible. But because we're so physically focused, people will just go, that is nonsense, it's not love, it's not...
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's the truest, rawest form of love.
You see, with you speaking to me like this, and it's wonderful. And basically, I agree with you. Being a black woman in this world, and talking about connecting with anybody and having this ability to... I believe this. I know this. I've lived it. But actually, there are things that actually keep you or prevent you or curtail you or boundary you. I don't know how you say it.
Absolutely.
But I feel that that there are certain conditions that as a black woman in the world, regardless of what I'm feeling, I have to honour that
and
thing,
these are all,
whatever it is,
because man has created so many ways of living, the way we're supposed to live, the way we're supposed to connect with our heritage and everything else, and it's all kind of, all of this stuff has been put into the mix because of our physical nature, that then our souls are doing something completely different to the physical side.
In the waves.
Yeah, exactly. and all happy and in love and all of these wonderful things. And then our physical side has this to contend with. Yes. And when you think with your brain as opposed to your heart and your soul, that's where problems come in. We've forgotten how to use the functions we have in a really, in the manner they were designed for, you see?
I hear you, agree. Who is this we, though? Is it a group of people who are the Bilderbergs or the Illuminatis that have got control of everything and they know, and is it the lumpen proletariat, the minions that don't know? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, the knowledge has been kept vastly secret for thousands and thousands of years, and the reason we find ourselves in the situation we are in society now is because of divide and conquer, division everywhere, creating, the world is a stage, and they've created this performance to keep us as so physically focused as possible that we have literally forgotten exactly what we are, which is source creation, able to create our own existence around us. And they know this, which is how they've kept us all dumbed down, I guess is the best word to use.
That resonates with me. Thank you for that answer. And it connects into something that I've not too long really dedicated myself to Buddhist practice.
Yes.
And part of the liturgy that we actually use daily, twice daily actually, the end of one of the bits is about a group of qualities, if you like. Mm-hmm. And appearance is the very first one.
Yeah.
So there's appearance, there's influence, there's power, there's entity, there's nature, there's inherent cause, so there's all these things, but appearance comes first.
Yeah.
And it's quite amazing because generally, I've been looking at this a little bit. People stop there.
Yeah.
They get to the appearance,
And
there's
boom.
all this stuff that means and does, but it stops there. You look at me and I'm a black woman and I may be large and I may be whatever. Look at somebody else and they're Irish or they're English or they're
Albino.
whatever. Yeah, and it just it creates, as Danielle says, these divisions because we do stop at appearance. That's quite scary.
They've taught us how to be completely physically focused. And what I find interesting about social networking is because you don't physically have the person in the room with you, you can connect on a soul level with somebody anywhere in the world, whether it's as a friend, as a potential partner. Your souls come first in that relationship, and the bond you can build with somebody comes directly from source.
Wow.
So actually, the internet has created this little gateway for people being able to use their soul to connect with each other from thousands of miles away.
That's amazing, because technology to me is,
A nightmare.
it's technology, yes.
It does
have
its
cords
it
and
has
wires
its negatives.
and
Has its negatives, but the loopholes can be spectacular.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, I think I've changed a little thought today in my head, because I do love the internet and I do tell it thank you when it does things for me, but then I do get pretty frustrated. But maybe I just need to have an attitude of gratitude towards my
and
internet.
And then it will just
yeah,
send
it
you
will
so
love
much
me.
love. It will. It will love you like your cushion loves you.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, we're coming nearly to the end of the show. We're not quite there yet, so we've got a few more things. But it has been. I hope you've enjoyed it out there, cruising with Cuban Red. That's what you've been doing, in case you've forgotten. And have you got a mug of tea out there? Danielle hasn't got her mug of tea. I'm really sorry, Danielle.
It's fine. I'm quite happy, thank you.
You're happy. That's okay. All right. Well, we're going to have one last little bit from you, okay? But before we do that, I'd like to share a mystery poem. And I know this is really ridiculous, but when I was going through my folder of poems that I thought might be suitable to share for today, I found this poem. I'm not sure if somebody gave it to me. I'm not sure how it got into my file folder, but I think it's pretty suitable for today. And if you recognise it, if you're out there and you recognise it, don't get upset that I don't remember it's from you. Just enjoy the reading, yeah. Okay, so mystery poem. I have to say that because I don't really know. It hasn't even got a title. No name. Richard's looking at me. Oh dear. Okay, and it goes like this. Are we going to? I've just had a request to play a song for somebody. Joseph Hines, if you're listening, just be a little patient, please. We are going to play the song, okay? Okay. Okay, this is. You didn't write this poem, Joseph. I know you did. Okay, Joseph said okay. Okay, so this is the poem. I love the way you smile. I love your persona and style. I love the way you dress and the way you look so fresh. I love the beauty in your eyes, and when I don't see them, my heart cries. I love the way you shine like a star so bright, so when I miss you, I could look for that light in the night. I love the way we had our first kiss. I love those soft lips I'll surely miss. You're beautiful in every way. I love the way you're beautiful is the first thing you heard me say. I've never fallen for someone like this or felt so bliss after a first kiss. I feel so fortunate that we met. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to wake up on a movie set. Give me the chance to take care of you, and I will. I guarantee our love will bind stronger than steel. Whoever you are that wrote that, thank you very much. It's a beautiful poem. It might have been to me, you might have just given it to me to read, but somehow it found its way into my possession. So I'm claiming it, yeah? Claiming it, it's mine. Okay, love is amazing. And just before Danny speaks, actually, hold your horses, Joseph. Just before Danny speaks, I'm going to share our wow word of wisdom. I promised you words of wisdom. Yeah, we've had some words of sorrow. We've had some words of joy. Some words of wisdom from Maya Angelou. And these are her thoughts, a couple of thoughts on love. I am grateful that love exists. Familial love, love between relatives. Romantic love, a passion between lovers. Agape love, divine love between God and friends. Love of nature, the majesty of mountains, the lasting love of oceans, and the joy of laughter. We are stronger, kinder, and more generous because we live in an atmosphere where love exists. And I think that's a suitable place to hand back to Danny. Thank you, Maya. Ever with us, even though you passed into the other dimension. Back to Danny.
Okay, we're
Just
on
to
the
finish
subject
up.
of love.
Yeah.
All I can really suggest to people who are looking for, who are trying to find love, in the world of universal law and metaphysics, you must personify what it is you want to create into your existence, to come into your reality. Anything, if you write a list of somebody that you want and the attributes they have, you must personify those attributes.
What do you
So
mean?
you mirror.
You must take on those attributes that you want from somebody else.
Yes, so if you want somebody that's kind, giving, loving, understanding, gifting, all of those things, you must be them, because what you like attracts like. What you vibrate will vibrate back to you. So if you want somebody that gives you all of those things, you must personify them yourself. And very, very quickly, with the power of gratitude, you will find yourselves together. And it really is that simple.
Simples. I am grateful. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you.
to the show today. I know you're going to be a guest for a few more times of more serious subjects, but also just to expand on this as well. Yeah. And Joseph, I'm going to play your request for Danny. Joseph is a very good friend of mine and an extremely loyal colleague. We're loyal to each other in the business that we do. We've been working together for some time now. And he's also a very good friend of Danny's, and he's asked me to play Danny a track, which is Kirsty Nichols.
He's so good to me. We love you, Joe.
I'm playing it, Joseph. I'm playing it.
Getting played.
Kirsty Nichols, and I think it's on the other end of the paper. But the Joe, you never knew this, but it is a love show, so I guess I can say this. The actual title of the track is called Head. Did you know that, Joe? I'm really sorry. Inclusive FM, do not throw me off air. When you hear the song, you will know that it's beautiful. But the title is Head. Okay, Joseph? Thank you. And it's coming on very shortly.
He'll be laughing so hard.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Listen to the words, Danielle. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Send me to return. Whoop, whoop.
You go to my head till I'm losing my mind. Your beautiful words stretch me out on a blanket of sky. I don't wanna come down. No, I don't wanna come down. Just wanna stay lost in your eyes.
Oh yeah.
You go to my head. I dream I am loved.
Oh
You're flowing through me like a river of poetry. I don't wanna come down. No, I don't wanna come down.
That's from you, Joseph.
Just wanna stay lost in your eyes. So keep feeding the fire.
You are cruising.
I can't get any higher.
Cruising with Cupid Red.
Till the night burns with the fire of 1,000 stars. You go to my head, and I know I'm alive. You could waken the dead.
You could wake 'em the dead.
With your beautiful mind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't wanna come down. No, I don't wanna come down. Just wanna stay lost in your eyes.
Enjoy it, Danny. This is for you. Listen to this bit. Don't you love us, sir?
I don't wanna come down. No, I don't wanna come down. Just wanna stay lost in your eyes. Just wanna stay lost in your eyes.
Don't say I don't do anything for you, Joseph. And I hope all of you out there in Inclusive FM land enjoyed that. And I hope you've enjoyed the show as well this morning. I think we've heard some amazing things. Easy to hear maybe, and sometimes not, but much easier to hear than to do. Would you agree with that, Danny? Maybe not. No, please,
I
feel
think
free.
I think you're absolutely right. I've seen a lot of people go for it, think it's all great, and then stumble at the first hurdle. The dedication this takes to change your life for the positive, you really have to want this. You really do. But once you get it, blissful.
Wow.
Just bliss.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. I think that's a really lovely place to finish it. You really have to want it. Nobody's going to do it for you. You know, there are people around to help, like beautiful Danny's come in and shared her wisdom and her experience with us this morning about us being the universe and everything fitting in an apple. That's just amazing, showing how connected we are. See, I've learned something, Danny. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to you coming into the studio again. And I just want to say, may the universe continue to expand and bless you with all that you desire.
Thank you.
Yuck. Can you hug on it?
We have.
We hugged on it. Okay. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's taken part in the show, the people who've let their poems be read. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Debiassi. To all the lovely music that we've heard. It's fantastic. To Richard, my trusty technician. Got a thumbs up. Thank you so much for coming, preparing, and just every week being so dependable and getting me through the show. And not forgetting the breaking news that we had. Continue to hold these people in your hearts and do whatever it is that you can do to make a difference in the world so that we don't have to have breaking news like this. I do believe that there is peace for the whole world. I do believe that there is happiness for all living beings. I know this. I don't just believe it. Let's know it together. Let's be all in that apple, all together, believing and knowing this, and just explode the world with love and peace. Yeah, I'm up for that. Are you up for that? If you cruise with Cuban Red, you will be. Next week, I'm going to tell you about the show that's coming up on the 2nd of March. That is a Cruising with Cuban Red show at the Dovedale Centre. But you'll have a flyer probably on screen and tell you a little bit more. Do book up. Go on the Millfield website, and book up and come along. It's going to be a fantastic show. And also Josephine Rollins, Rolling with Reality, is going to have her show on the 19th. At the Dovedale Centre, and that's being produced by the Burning Flame, and that is going to be amazing. She is an artist extraordinaire, so do come along and see that. Just saying thank you to all the listeners that have been the silent listeners, the ones that don't let me know you're listening, and all of you that do, and tell me about myself. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I can only grow. You have been cruising with Cuban Red. And I'd like to finish this morning with a small poem for you, which is going to become a closer, And it's called Sun Silently. Sun silently I rise to break the dawning of your morning. My rays to lighten up your days, illuminate your ways. My warmth to slowly stroke your sensuous soul. We bathe together in our brightness, and soon, sun silently, I sink, veiling now my wonder, leaving you to ponder. You have been cruising with Cuban Red. Thank you so very much for tuning in. You heard about the law of attraction. You heard the breaking news. You heard some fabulous music. See you next week. Same time, same place on inclusivefm.co.uk. Bye.